2017 Nissan Rogue Sport AWD. With consumer appetite for crossovers seemingly unquenchable, manufacturers are working overtime to keep showrooms stocked. To help feed the demand, Nissan plucked the already successful Qashqai from its international product menu and prepped it for stateside duty as the Rogue Sport, landing amid a host of subcompact crossovers including the Honda HR-V, the Toyota CHR, the Mazda CX-3, the Chevrolet Trax, and the Fiat 500X. The Rogue Sport shoulders in on the Nissan Juke's territory just in time for the Juke's departure at the end of the 2017 model year. Brothers in small arms. Speaking of shoulders, interior space is just one area where the Rogue Sport excels over the Juke. Not only does it offer more front seat shoulder room, but ingress and egress is easier, and the quality of the seat upholstery is better. The Rogue Sport's exterior design offers a calm, reserved dress but from the Juke's easily extroverted visage. Rear seat accommodations are deceptively spacious as well. Although too tight for cross-country travel by anyone older than age 7 or so, the back seat is acceptable for a pair of actual adults during short jaunts, as long as they don't mind tucking their toes beneath the front seats. The dash and switchgear are essentially the same as found in the Rogue, so Nissan aficionados will feel right at home. Unfortunately, the plastics in the lower console don't live up to the standards set by the materials in the seating and the upper dashboard. Other quibbles include the hard-to-reach bank of buttons, for traction control and steering wheel heat, for example, that are located so far to the lower left of the dash that even seasoned owners will need to take their eyes off the road to find them. And the foot-operated parking brake had us reminiscing about our mom's 1974 Ford Country Squire station wagon. You'd think an electric parking brake would make the cut in a loaded, top-trim SL model like the one we tested. What's the buzz? Relying on a naturally aspirated 141 horsepower 2.0-liter inline-4 paired with a continuously variable automatic transmission, CVT, as the sole available powertrain, the Sport sets its sights on practicality rather than segment-defining performance. Accordingly, the 10.0-second 0 to 60 mph run and 17.6-second quarter-mile time land near the bottom of O-Class, known for languid acceleration. The Kia Soul Turbo with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic is the segment hot rod, completing the same measures in 6.5 and 15.1 seconds. The Mazda CX-3 with a naturally aspirated 2.0-liter and a 6-speed auto-required 8.1 and 16.3, and the Honda HR-V with a naturally aspirated 1.8-liter and a CVT clocked in at 9.5 and 17.4. Need we say more? The Juke SL AWD got to 60 mph in less than 7.0 seconds. The Rogue Sport does outhustle one competitor, Toyota's origami-themed CHR Micro UDA, which sauntered its way to 60 mph in 11 seconds flat and completed the quarter in 18.4. While CVTs are largely a subjective matter, we tend to dislike them. Some buyers are oblivious. The unit in the Rogue Sport, which behaves like a traditional automatic by executing distinct shifts, does little to change preconceptions. Left to its own devices, and even with its shifting mimicry, the CVT exhibits the characteristic rubber band effect under heavy throttle. Toggling the shifter into its sport mode keeps the engine in the meat of its power band with surprising tenacity. Given that the 2.0-liter makes most of its power in the upper end of the tachometer, its 141 horsepower peak occurs at a relatively high 6,000 revolutions per minute. Maximum torque is 147 pounds-to-foot at 4,400 revolutions per minute. Things can get a little buzzy? Stay in the throttle through the twisties and it'll hold a gear until you reach a straightaway long enough that the only way to continue accelerating is to adjust the ratio. That's when things get less fun, as the CVT handles the ratio adjustment, or shift, with slippery indifference. You can call out the action manually via the shift lever. There are no shift paddles, but the sluggish result is essentially the same. Note to die-hard clutch pedal devotees residing near our northern border, the Canada market Rogue Sport, which retains the Qashqai name, offers a 6-speed manual gearbox. The chassis, at least, holds up its end of the bargain, its balanced European breeding shining through. The steering is linear if not lively, and the little crossover rotated predictably on the more challenging sections of our local test loop despite lateral grip that topped out at 0.79 grams on our 300-foot skid pad. While less than jaw-dropping, this figure is in line with the Nissan's otherwise modest capabilities. It also delivers a reasonably compliant ride, and only the harshest impacts felt through the 225/45 R19 Bridgestone Ecopia H tires warrants the use of expletives. Braking from 70 miles per hour required 180 feet, which is slightly better than the 181 feet required by the Mazda CX-3 and the 183 feet that the Honda HR-V needed. Starting at the top, Nissan offers the Rogue Sport in 3 trims: S, $22,395 base MSRP, SV, $23,995, and SL, $27,045. All-wheel drive is a $1,350 option. Nissan left nothing to chance with our top-of-the-line SL AWD test vehicle, outfitting it with a $2,280 SL Premium package, LED headlamps, a sunroof, and a safety technology suite including blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, automated emergency braking, and automatic high beams, as well as the $500 Platinum package, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning and prevention, and pedestrian detection, for an as-tested price of $31,245. Note that the active safety features in the Platinum package are available only on the SL trim. The Premium package is offered on SV and SL. That price point is concerning. However, as this is a segment that appeals to first-time buyers, and overall value is often the deciding factor in a purchase. Don't count on fuel savings to offset the buy-in cost, as we observe a just 22 miles per gallon overall versus an EPA rating of 27 combined, but we did beat the EPA's 30 mile per gallon highway figure on our 75 mile per hour highway test by 1 mile per gallon. At the as-tested price, our Rogue Sport SL AWD leaves shoppers plenty of leeway to find better alternatives in this segment and the one above it, including the larger and lauded Honda CR-V, Mazda CX-5, and Ford Escape, all of which can get similar fuel economy. If the Rogue Sport's size, combination of features, and style rings your bell, check out a base S trim with front-wheel drive before committing to the fully loaded version. With a base MSRP of $22,395, you'll leave enough cabbage in your wallet for a nice set of winter tires and more than a few fancy dinners.